Radio, wrestling podcast featuring Ramen Bomber and Rab and the one and only Peanut. Woo! Jobber Radio, Jobber Radio, Jobber Radio, Jobber Radio. Bitches.
And I don't hate Daniel Bryan. That's the thing.
No, you can't use me. Edit me out. Okay, so they're like, Zandig, somebody mentioned us on social media. Jesus!
Hey everybody, welcome to Jobber Radio episode number 22. We got 4 people here today, and one of them is not fucking Peanut.
Yay!
Yes, there we go. We got Lee stepping back in for Peanut. What's going on, Lee?
Oh, not much. Glad I could join.
Yeah, good to have you back on the show. And we got Matt Zion, of course.
Yay!
There it is. Round of applause. And the guy that actually went to the Royal Rumble, Rab.
I'm here to share my Royal Rumble thoughts from down in the trenches.
Big question, though, Rab. Did anybody recognize you?
Yeah, we
I have to say that no one recognized.
All right, $50 saved.
No one listens to this. No one recognized me because no one knew there was a contest because no one listened to the podcast.
Lowest viewed thing I post on Reckless Eating.
Everyone, please continue listening to the podcast. We love having you listen. And
he's like, nobody listens. By the way, everybody who listens,
it's growing though. I've noticed, like, you know, when we every time we post a new one, we probably get about another 100 or 200 views.
Well, I used
to
make fun. I used to talk shit about, you know, why would anyone listen? But now that people are actually starting to listen, I think I should stop doing that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you're just gonna drag us down.
Probably.
Oh, and by the way, I'm Bomber, aka Jake. That's the other name I go by sometimes.
Cat lover extraordinaire.
No, never ever.
Oh man, he just pretends.
Hey, I'm going straight into it. You guys want to talk about the Royal Rumble real quick?
Yeah.
Talk about the Royal Rumble real quick.
Okay, well, I guess Rab, you want to start it off since you were actually there?
Yeah.
How was it? Was the atmosphere electrifying?
You know what? I thought it was a pretty good crowd up there in Orlando. Lots of smarky shit, which was good. Probably, you know, a lot of the NXT fans, you know, trickled into the Amway Center. I really liked how I'm going to go straight to talking about the Divas match because it was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. It was really good, and the crowd actually paid attention. The crowd actually used for their bathroom breaks, usually, you know, it's the Divas match, they used the Kalisto Alberto Del Rio instead, so everyone was back in their seats by the time the Divas match came around.
That's smart.
Yeah, that match was boring as shit.
I wouldn't say boring as shit, but
it was so boring. I was so bored. Well, I think that also the New Day Uso match was pretty good before it. And New Day is crazy over, and they were crazy over in Orlando as well. So, you know, maybe it was just stale by the time Kalisto and Del Rio came out. They had already done the match like 14 or 15 times.
And by the way, they're going to be doing it again in Fastlane.
People are really bored of Del Rio, you know, beyond bored of Del Rio.
Do we want to do the match-by-match breakdown then?
Yeah.
Instead of
sure,
overall?
let's do it.
All right, go for it, Bomber.
All right. Well, do you guys want to do the pregame? I don't even think we should do the pregame.
We should mention it, if only to mention
what joke. You're right. I admit defeat. I did not see a point in giving the victory to fucking Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, and then having them come in and just fucking job out in less than 2 minutes each.
Yes.
Why? What was the fucking point of that? That made no sense.
I didn't know. They said that Devon was never in a Royal Rumble, so I'm like, what?
Yeah, right?
I was like, he's got to make it in.
Nope.
People be more interested seeing them in the Royal Rumble than Mark Henry and Jack fucking Swagger.
And, like, they didn't even use... Like, I thought, okay, I'm like, all right, they won so that Henry will take an F5 from the Big Show. Or not from the Big Show. They're from Lesnar. Nope. Mm-hmm. He was just a goddamn joke. He didn't do anything. He just got tossed out with the most ease.
Mm-hmm.
Combined time in the Royal Rumble for Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, 1 minute and 5 seconds. 1 minute, 5 seconds.
Swagger took an F5, right? Swagger was the one that took the F5 and got eliminated by Brock?
Yes.
Like, why didn't they switch that around? Because that would have been something to see, like Lesnar giving the F5 to Henry. Now let's do Swagger. What? What?
And
that was
actually, the end of that tag match was totally botched too. I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly what happened. I just remember the Ascension dude. I don't know which one fucking it was. Totally jacked it up.
No, okay, so he I thought what happened was they were about to either lose or win, whatever. He was supposed to break up the pin is what it looked like, and then he stood there like, I'm not supposed to break up the pin.
Idiot.
Yeah, that's what it
But
was.
then somebody went and broke up the pin, so he was supposed to break up the pin.
Yeah.
God, they're awful.
Hey, Swag. No, give big ups to Swagger. He saw that shit and he goes, "Oh my god, this guy's never gonna break up the pin."
Yeah.
So from outside of the ring, Swagger pulled the guy out.
And you
But
know,
also
you know
those-
what? That's world champion. That's a veteran right there.
No, he's
world
not.
champion.
Swagger needs-
Exactly.
every one of
It's
those
just got long,
guys,
Gangly arms.
every one of those guys needs to be released except for the Dudleys. And the Dudleys need to be used just how they're being used right now, as just a tag team that puts over tag teams over. But all those other guys, release all of them. They're terrible.
Oh, they don't gotta release Mark Henry.
No, release Mark Henry. He's
I think
pointless.
he's pretty
He's
much
good. He's good to show up from time to time.
I
And
don't
No.
like
retire.
Sandow. What's wrong with Sandow?
They're never going to use him. That's the problem. He's probably
But he
the
can be
one
good.
guy. He's the one guy in that match that they could probably still fix if they really got behind him. But you know for a fact that they will never do that ever again. He's done. He's completely done.
He got one of the biggest pops
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
on that night.
Yeah, but they will not use him ever again. He's done. Like that's it. There's somebody in management, probably Vince, that just does not like him, and that's the end of him. And they can't fire anybody because they're just anti-firing at the moment. But like the moment they do the first round of people they're going to release, he's gone.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because I like him.
Let's get into the actual show because we took way too long on the fucking pre-show
Yeah.
match. But it started off Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens in a fantastic. I think
great.
it was amazing
Yeah, it was
last
great.
man standing match.
Yeah, I liked it because even though Owens lost, which I would have preferred a victory for him at this point, I like that they made him look really fucking strong in it. I mean, like both guys looked great. I didn't feel like either guy sacrificed their character in order to make the other guy get more over. Like by the end of the match, I felt like they were both pretty much over as much as they were when they first came out. So it was a really good match. Nobody looked worse for wear, and I loved that Owens kind of made me forget about the table on the outside. Like the end spot was really
Yeah.
fun. It was really
Oh,
good.
this one was perfect.
Yeah, it was
And
good.
you know, I'm sitting up. You know, I was looking the top level because I bought my tickets the last second for cheap, but totally worth the investment. And you know, when you're sitting up there, you can see the whole thing, and even it's not camera framing. It's just Owens taking your attention because I can see the tables there, but I'd forgotten about them already because of the way the match was put together. So when you know Ambrose got up and pushed him right when he was getting up, I'm like, oh no, look, there are the tables. You know, it was wonderful. It was great.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of. I'm glad Dean won, but I don't know if the belt on him, like right now, like he's getting involved with all this other shit, and having that belt seems like it's kind of getting in the way almost.
Yeah, it's
Like,
pointless.
it almost would have been good if Owens did win, but I don't know.
He needs the belt more than Ambrose does.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, assuming the belt actually means dick all anyway, but you know.
yeah, because now they got the triple threat for Fastlane, and Dean Ambrose is walking in as the Intercontinental Champion with a possible shot at getting the world title. And that also affected the Royal Rumble, which we'll get to later, with Triple H and Dean Ambrose. And it's like, Dean Ambrose is already the fucking Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn obvious. Besides, everybody knew Triple H was going to win, but it's pretty damn obvious Ambrose wasn't going to win the IC and world title. But
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see even though we'll probably get into talking about Mania, but I would like to see heavyweight champion versus Intercontinental Champion throwback
That'd
to
be
like
cool.
the Hogan and Warrior thing, just because it would be unexpected and I think it would be a lot of fun. It would make the IC title seem like it fucking matters again.
Yeah.
But
People are behind Ambrose.
Oh, exactly. I mean, he's the most over guy in the company right now, easily. There's nobody, just due to injuries and stuff. He is the number one guy, but you know, Reigns is winning, so that's that.
true. Yeah. But then what was next? Was it the tag match next?
Yeah,
I
tag
think it
match
was.
was
next.
Yeah. Tag
I'm not.
match,
I'm not
Usos.
as high on that as Rab is because I just
Really?
I can't get into the Usos. I don't like them. I just don't like them.
I don't either.
You're
but
doing
the
this,
match
but
was
you're doing
good.
this to yourself.
No, I'm not doing it to myself because
you are.
I am very much so willing to enjoy them. Like I like their work. I think that they're decent in the ring, but I think their presentation, everything about it is awful. everything about it is fucking wrong. Like the way they look, the way that they have like this cool attire, and then they wear these fucking weird leggings under for some fucking reason. Like, just everything about them is just ugh. It's just ugh. And I know that they're solid wrestlers. I think they're a good team, but I'm also over watching the Usos versus the New Day for the rest of my life, because apparently there are no teams just sitting in NXT doing absolutely nothing now that they've, completely forgotten that they can't call up. Jesus Christ, there's like at least 3 I can name right now that are just sitting there doing nothing. They're just doing nothing, but they're like, whatever, fuck it, we'll just keep doing the Usos and the New Day until Mania.
Well, if you think about it, who else are they going to throw against New Day right now?
Oh, I mean, what I said, NXT teams. Like, you've got... that's what I think. You're right. On the roster? No, not at all. It's over for the roster.
Well,
but
I kind of get. I mean, the Usos are incredibly popular.
I don't.
I mean,
I don't
they
know.
are. They're super, super popular.
They annoy the shit out of me.
They play it on the radio and everything.
There it is.
That's a callback to a thing from before.
Yeah, that was
Inside joke there.
But no, I mean, the Usos are incredibly popular. They want to keep them in the picture so they can keep selling merchandise. I kind of get that.
Put the tag
I'm
titles
also
on 'em.
bored of the Usos. Well, no, they don't. Well, the New Day's just incredibly over at this point. They don't want to.
They have to choose.
Kill them by removing the tag.
I know, but they have to choose. You can't just keep doing the same match for 6 months. Eventually, there has to be a team that they get more behind than the other one. And right now, it's like they want both of them, but they can't decide which one. And like, that's gonna hurt both teams overall. At the end of the day, it's gonna get stale. It already feels fucking stale.
I think one of the reasons for that is that right now the New Day's not just the big tag team. The New Day, like, they're in the main event picture half the time. Mm-hmm. They're in the main event half the time. Mm-hmm. There's no one around. So yes, the New Day's got to be in the picture, and the Usos also right now have to be in. There are no people. They got no bodies.
I mean,
so
they
got to get like mean, like bad guy team. They just pull the New Day out when they would used to, grab a couple heels that could actually garner a reaction and throw them together to be like the bad guys. But now they're just grabbing New Day for everything, all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's 2 points to that. Is one, they're leaving people in NXT way too long, especially when their roster is so fucking thin. Like, bringing up Styles was an excellent choice. Good choice. I mean, he's going to get along with everybody. He's going to meld with everybody just fine. It was a good choice. Why get this guy who is probably more talented than 90% of their roster and put him on NXT? But then there's other guys that are sitting in NXT where you're like, if your roster's so thin, bring them up. Why are they sitting in this little developmental hell when the roster is so thin right now? Like, they need something
because
else.
It's not developmental hell, it's developmental heaven.
No, it's not. I mean, it's really not, though, because like they make their money off of WWE. They don't make any money off of NXT. It literally is in the red for them. And they said it always will be. That's never going to change because of how much money they put into it.
Sure, I understand. No, but I mean, you don't. I feel, and I'm this is conjecture, but I feel like it must be that all these guys aren't rushing to try to come to the WWE right now.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be their choice, though. I mean, that's like your boss telling you, "Yeah, we need serious help in this department, so we're switching over there." And he goes, "Yeah, no, I don't really feel like it." Like, that's not how a job works. they need to focus on
That's how my job worked. That's how I got the job that I'm in right now.
Okay, well, you are of the 1% that is allowed.
No?
I did. They asked me to go to one team, and I didn't. That seemed ridiculous, so I didn't do it.
All right, most people would be fired when they say that, so I'm just throwing that out there. But like, the other thing too that bothered me was if they're so high on the New Day, like, then they had them job out to Reigns and Ambrose on SmackDown. So I'm like, I hate it when non-teams beat the tag team champions. Like, two guys that are typically singles wrestlers, and they just job them out and have them lose.
True,
it's like,
but
if you're the tag champs, you should win.
On one hand, I'm not a fan of that. On the other hand, I mean, we've always had that. We've had randomly like,
I hate it.
New Age Outlaws are going to lose to the Rock
Kurt
and Stone
Angle
Cold tonight.
Rock and Kurt Angle are a team for some reason, and now they're better than the tag champs. It's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, they're supposed to be like the two best wrestlers, so
no, I don't know.
I kind of get it.
At least they were basically a tag team at one point.
That's
anyway,
what I was going to say. I was about to say it's Romans and
also true.
They weren't really a tag team, though. It was Rollins and Reigns that were a tag team.
Well, are
they were
the New Day really a tag team?
They are now, yeah.
They're
They are. They're a tag team now. I would just argue that
they're the WWE World Tag Team Champion. Yeah, they're a tag team.
Yeah, they're a tag team. It just annoys me when they like. I guess it's not as bad because Reigns and Ambrose have teamed before, so it's not like two random guys. But I hate it. Like those are the tag champs. They're supposed to be the best in the company at tag team wrestling, and then they just get fucking steamrolled by two guys that are singles wrestlers. That always just bugged me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it is kind of how.
And the Usos suck. The Usos.
So anyways, holy shit, we got the Del Rio and Kalisto match, which we won't get, I guess, too much in detail because apparently nobody fucking liked it. But Kalisto shocked the shit out of me by winning the title back, and is now a 2-time U.S. champion.
Yeah. What do you think about
He'll
it?
probably lose it on He'll probably lose it on SmackDown or something this week.
Yeah. Well, Del Rio's legit hurt right now.
No, I doubt it.
Apparently
basically
Del Rio's all right to go.
No, well, they're waiting until the pay-per-view though, because I think he's going to be fine by then. But he's not. He's doing the Wade Barrett special where he just doesn't do anything. He's just kind of sitting around doing nothing.
I mean, I think this was a case of them going, "Oh shit, we should have done this on a pay-per-view," and someone going, "We can still do it on the pay-per-view," but no, we already did it. Nah, undo it on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was sloppy as fuck.
I swear to God, if Del Rio wins at Fastlane, I swear to God.
Nah, he won't.
No, I don't think so anymore. But I think we figured out, my friends and I were watching what happened. He kept fucking with his mask.
Yeah,
he did. That's what caused downfall because it was pretty crisp, good match, good flow and everything. And then Del Rio started fucking with the mask, and he couldn't get it rebuttoned. So every move from then on there, like it's just sloppy as shit, and like it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but their other two matches were far superior to this one.
Yeah. I saw one time where he got, like, I think it was kicked in the head, and he, like, when Kalisto whipped, he almost, like, whipped the mask right off his head.
Yep.
I saw he grabbed it as soon as he could.
Yeah, Del Rio's a dick.
Yeah, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
But let's get into the Divas title match because Ric Flair he got a little smooch going on.
Yeah, why did so many people get upset about that? Who cares?
Wait, what do you mean people got upset?
There was a decent little backlash.
There was a huge thing.
Yeah, that they were like that's kind of rapey, and I'm like, it's pro wrestling, and she agreed to it. Like who? It's not like Ric Flair just did it. It's not like he just walked up and kissed her. Like that was obviously a planned spot in the match. Well, a lot of people were saying
people are angry at Ric Flair for being a rapist.
The decision. I think
they're angry. I think they're angry at the WWE for promoting this kind of behavior.
Oh my God! I hope that's not the case.
Everybody's a giant social warrior.
That's 100% the case.
It's so offensive. Remember when Paige made fun of his dead son a couple weeks back? I think everyone got really mad at that too. So I'm super sure what your point is. Well, I'm just saying it's like they're outraged by this crap when the real outrage should be on like legit.
But they were outraged about that too. Is my point.
They're just outraged about everything.
No, I'm saying that there shouldn't be any outrage.
No. Yeah, I agree. There shouldn't either.
Spot.
Who cares? It's wrestling. Everything isn't real. Why do people care? It's not
real.
It
was awesome. I was like, yeah.
I didn't think it was really awesome. I thought all of his interaction was kind of unnecessary. It's fine. Yeah, I agree. It's fine.
I think it's fine because he's the bad guy. Well, I mean, it's like the same problem I've always had with like when they take like Sheamus back in the day. Sheamus versus Del Rio, and like Sheamus was the good guy, like as a racist. Yeah. Ha! Here's your burritos.
Yeah,
I'm gonna steal your like lowrider. Ha! Like I always thought that was ridiculous. Like that's the good guy. Why is he being like awful racist douchebag?
I mean,
like Irish.
That I can understand the problem with.
It's just fine.
But in this case, Ric Flair's the bad guy. That's like if you're watching a movie and go, I can't believe Warner Brothers is advocating that one dude murdering that other guy.
Yeah,
it's a movie. This is fake, and that's the bad guy. He's a bad guy. He's the bad guy.
Yeah, he should
Ric
also
Flair's the bad
become
guy in this scenario.
He should become the Divas champion. By the way, I'm advocating that Ric Flair should just win the Divas title because that would be the best thing ever. I'm not even kidding. I would mark the fuck out.
No, that'd be awful.
No, it would be the best thing ever. It'd be like when Chavo's dad won the Cruiserweight title for no fucking reason. Yes! Destroy the title and division! One single fell swoop. I didn't like the end of the match, by the way. I was hoping that they did it because they were building to something else, but it kind of looks like they've forgotten Becky now. But that was really weak, where he just comes in and just like casually throws his jacket on her face. Like, why did she let go of the hold? Because she had a jacket on her face? Does that stop her submission?
She couldn't see.
Did you see? For a minute, like, she sold it, too. She was like, oh, I can't get this jacket
I can't see.
Whip your head back and get rid of... Her gimmick is she whips her fucking hair during her entrance, and she couldn't get the jacket off her face.
Have you ever used to do backyard and nonsense?
Yeah.
Have you ever, while you were putting a submission on, had a jacket on your head? The first thought isn't there's a jacket on my head. The first thought is, oh my god,
I'm gonna blow your mind.
You release it to check whether or not you're blind. Then she found out it was a jacket. Oh, thank God I'm not blind. But at that point, she hadn't really released it when she checked her eyes.
I'm gonna blow your mind,
It
Rab.
makes perfect sense in kayfabe.
I have had a jacket over my head when I was doing a submission because me and my friend Tom would dress up like weird versions of La Resistance, and there were several times where I would lock on a submission, but my big fucking robe would go over my head. So yes, it did not make me feel as though I was blind. I just held on to the submission because that's what you fucking do. Really
no, I know the difference. The difference is that you're a boy and she's a girl, and girls are dumb. And
I thought you were gonna say
jackets on their face.
I thought you were gonna say the difference is yours was a robe and hers was a jacket, so far thicker consistency.
Also true.
The jacket was made out of ceremonial salt. That's what it was.
Yeah, I just feel like all he had to do was just get up on the apron and distract the ref, and that would have been just fine. I mean, at least then, she's annoyed that he's on the apron and she has to hit him up, but like a fucking jacket was just over her head. Who cares?
Well, honestly, if it was him on the apron, I would have actually been more annoyed about that one because, like, how many times did you have to fall for Ric Flair on the apron?
Well, I think the thing is though is
she's
that
fallen for it like 7 times already.
The thing though is that he actually has gotten physical and interacted with her, like, and cost her things. So if he gets someone off the apron, he's actually a threat. If he just throws a fucking jacket over her head, she can't even see if there's a threat. So she's just sitting there holding her submission.
She didn't know if she was ever going to see again, Ron.
She was blind.
But she might have been blinded.
But the Sasha Banks return was awesome too. By the way, I liked it.
Great.
I liked it a lot.
The roof exploded. It was fantastic.
I'm hoping they do a triple threat at Mania with Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky. That's my ideal. But I think they're just going to do a one-on-one.
Probably. I think so. But I would love a triple threat.
Yeah, me too. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So what was?
I would love. Yeah.
What was the other match? Was there another match in there?
Yeah.
I feel like
there was. Wasn't there one more? I thought. Or no?
No, the Royal Rumble elimination match.
Well, we know that one, but
right. No, I guess that is it.
That's it.
So it went from Charlotte to that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, damn. Okay. Well. All right. So how should we even approach this? The Royal Rumble.
Okay. So what were we correct in stating that it was better than the last 2 years?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. It felt like an actual Rumble that mattered. Like, they actually put time and effort to make sure that certain things, like, I'd say the best example was the elimination of AJ. They actually put thought into this. They were like, they're probably going to be pissed if we have anybody that's a face or is not like Kevin Owens do it. They're like, they love Owens, but they hate him at the same time. So it's like the perfect person to get rid of him without backlash. So that is the Rumble.
I mean, that's not even what they thought. Like,
they wanted Ambrose at first. Yeah,
they wanted Ambrose to do it, and he
got a really good reaction.
Like, nah, I should do it.
Yeah, and he's right.
Really?
Yeah,
he's right.
Then you would have had a Roman Reigns Daniel Bryan thing again.
Who just turned on Ambrose? Yeah,
but
everyone
forgot about it eventually. But
only dumb thing that they did that I really hated, and most of it I was fine. I was fine with it. I even liked the tease of Ambrose at the end. I thought that was a smart choice because it keeps Reigns from being. Basically, it keeps Reigns strong and not. Basically, he didn't get eliminated by Triple H strongly. Like, it was, he kind of desperately threw him over, so it leaves them untouched. But the thing I hated the most was how they booked Reigns going out and then coming back in. That was the worst fucking decision that they could have made. I don't understand their logic behind it, and it just made him. It made him look way worse. Way worse.
I don't know what you're talking about. It was a huge surprise when he came back.
And why didn't the League of Nations throw him over? Why?
It's funny. I was yelling at the top of my lungs.
Yeah.
So loud, hoping that they would hear me. Just going, do you know the rules of this match? Just take him inside.
Throw him over.
Pick him up and throw him up. Because he's dead. You've killed him.
Yes.
He's dead now.
And it drove me nuts because the Wyatts ended up doing that to Lesnar 30 minutes later. It's like, what the fuck, you goddamn booking idiots.
Just finish the job. Just finish it.
There was a few things they could have done there, too. Like, one, Reigns never should have left. Ever. They were trying the Stone Cold thing from, what was it, like 99, where he got beat up in the bathroom. All right, well, that could have worked. Had Reigns kind of fight them to the back. Then it gives them a reason where, well, they're not going to take him all the way back out to the ring. It's stupid, but it makes more sense than leaving him on the outside. But the main thing that they could have done is just beat the crap out of him and just have him be rolled back into the ring. Like, I mean, it's still dumb that they don't go in and throw him out manually, but it makes some sympathy for Reigns because he's in the ring. He just got beat down by 4 dudes, and he has to survive the rest of the Rumble, even more worse for wear. But no, they give him a break and have him come out, and they're like, oh, it's cool. Ugh.
Yeah. You know who did go through tables and stuff and was totally fine to be in the Royal Rumble?
Dean Ambrose.
Owens and
Kevin Owens. Yeah, both of them.
We went through 2 tables.
Yeah, it didn't make any like Reigns was all huffing and puffing like he comes out at 29 and he's like, "Oh, he's so dead." Why? Why? I don't get it.
You've been resting for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the point of it was because goddamn, I mean he's a young guy, a fresh guy. I mean he should be able to last the whole time. I don't understand why they.
Well, Meltzer.
That's what she said.
Meltzer had come out and said that that they were trying to get him like a hero's return. But come on, who thought that would work? They were already hating on him, and then
exactly. It's not going to work for a couple reasons. One, they booed him right off the intro.
Oh yeah,
the intro to the Royal Rumble.
Everybody knew that.
Even when he showed up, just during the intro to the Royal Rumble, where they showed the video of everyone, they showed his face and they booed immediately. So yes, he was not going to get a hero's return, especially when there were people in the ring that maybe someone actually wanted to see win.
Yeah, I agree. And
it made no sense.
Putting
also he walked away. They didn't even put him on a stretcher.
Yeah, right.
He just stumbled out towards the fucking Titantron and shit.
Now, if he had turned heel and won it, then I would have been all for that. That would be a perfect heel turn move to leave for a while, come back and throw out like Ambrose or something. But no, he's just. God damn it! They can't book him in a Rumble right at all. He's the one guy they can't get right. But it's like, go ahead, Lee.
I was just gonna say, if he came back and then like, oh, it's him and Triple H at the last in the ring, and then Triple H just calmly walks over the top rope and leaves.
Oh God, that would have been so good. But it wouldn't have made any sense why they put him in that situation to begin with. So I don't know.
The only thing I was thinking is maybe they were afraid of. Maybe they were stupid enough to think, oh, the backlash all last time was because he eliminated like a jillion people.
Yeah.
Maybe we can only have him eliminate 3 this time.
I was thinking of how Lee's thing could work though. Like Lee's thing could work though if Triple H like left and eliminated himself and gave Reigns the win. That could work because then they could state that he's their champion and they get to choose who he faces at WrestleMania instead of leaving it up to random chance. And that was like the deal that he made to become the corporate goon. But that's not going to happen. One person had a really awesome idea. They were like, the moment that the Triple H eliminated Reigns, then that's when Triple H shook like Ambrose's hand and stepped out. It was like anything but Triple H would have been so much better. But whatever. It's better than Reigns, I guess. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not disappointed about Triple H winning.
That main event's
first of all, I admittedly was disappointed, if only. Like, it's funny because I was watching the whole time. Triple H eliminates, Roman Reigns, and it's like, oh, it's Triple H and Ambrose, whatever. And then like their little segment was so good that I'd be like, oh my god, come on, Ambrose! I'm like, no, what the fuck am I talking about?
They had us Ambrose. All.
And then like 2 seconds later, I'd be like, come on, Ambrose! And then I go right back to it. I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? It's not gonna be Ambrose.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was really. That segment was really good with Triple H and Ambrose.
Yeah, when it came that just the two of them, and Ambrose was getting all fired up, it was like, all right, here we go.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Isn't it fun, like, when you have a moment where a guy, who the fans really like actually gets a chance to be the main guy instead of, a guy that the fans boo out of the building? The moment that a guy like AJ Styles gets in the ring and, like, the amount of boos and they turn on him so quickly... I'm sick of Reigns as the main face. I want a guy who everybody likes, and they obviously, at best, they're split on it.
Dude, yeah, exactly. I'll even go for a guy that some people like at this point.
Yeah, and like Ambrose is the dude. Like he's the guy, but they all, by all accounts, they like him a lot, but they don't see him as the future of the company like they do with Reigns.
It's just so silly because. Everyone's booing. They're like, "Look at the tiny universe! Get fired up for it!" But they're booing. We're here. Yeah. I'm sitting here in front of the TV. You guys even have control of the audio, and even you guys can't fucking fake this shit.
Yeah, they're Hulk Hoganing it. Like, because I remember somebody was talking about. I was listening to a thing where they're talking about Sid and Hogan when Sid eliminated Hogan from the Rumble, and then Flair ended up winning the title in that Rumble. Yeah. They were like, if you watched it live. the fans were cheering like crazy when Sid threw Hogan out. But you go back and watch the tapes, they edited the crap out of it. The huge boos. It's like, God damn it.
I didn't know that.
Big time.
It's the Vince McMahon thing where, he looks at Ambrose and he's like, God damn, pal, where's the rest of them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Daniel Bryan factor where he's not as good looking and not as big as a Roman Reigns is, but like that's the everyman, god damn it. That's what made Austin so good.
I wouldn't say he's not as good looking.
But I mean built.
A way about him.
He's not built.
Yeah, he's got a nice, unique look. I'm not saying that.
I think Dean Ambrose has a way about him. I can see if, a different time in my life. Let's move on.
Well, if Reigns, if Reigns goes down though, he's the guy, 100%. They will push him as the guy until one of the guys comes back that they think is better. But like they just, goddamn this Roman Reigns thing. I can't stress enough how they don't know what to do with him, but yet they think they do, and everything they think they're doing is fucking wrong. It's so wrong.
Except they were smart enough to eliminate Roman Reigns 28 and not 29.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the
one good thing they've done this whole.
Yeah, but see now, I think we are giving them too much credit because I have a feeling when they did that thinking that, well, like if we give away Reigns and Triple H as the last two, then then Mania's not going to be as hyped. So I don't think that they did that.
But I mean they could have even done it the same way, where Roman throws someone over and then Triple H cheaply throws him up right after. They wouldn't even have to do the big 2 segment.
I'm so done with Reigns. I'm so done with all the Samoans on this show, and I wish that they would bring up Samoa Joe. I wish they would bring up Samoa Joe and actually have a good Samoan wrestler on the fucking roster, but they just flat out refuse.
Talking about Samoans, The Rock was back the Monday after, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, it was wonderful, but he sniffed a lot of cocaine before he came out. Holy shit. He was all over the place.
He was jacked, man.
Very cocaine. He's high on life.
I would dispute that. I don't think they drug test Dwayne Johnson at all when he comes back.
I don't know. He probably walked in and made more money that night than everybody else combined on the roster. For
guarantee it.
I'm pretty sure.
Guarantee it.
He was jacked.
Guarantee
sure,
it. Yeah. I'm sure his per appearance is it would make us all cry how much he makes just to pop up. It was good though. I agree. It was, and some people complained it was too long, and I was like, no, it wasn't, because it was the only part of the show where I didn't feel like it was a chore.
I would have watched 3 hours of that, honestly.
Oh yeah,
if they make a show just called Rock Walks Around Backstage, I'd watch that.
I feel like Rock is a dying breed now because there's nobody who just kind of goes with it.
It's funny because I'm watching it, and on one hand I'm really enjoying it, but on the other hand I'm thinking like, shit, man, he's just at another level compared to everyone.
He makes them all look like garbage, unfortunately. Like the whole roster. Yeah. Nobody can even hold a candle to him. I thought the New Day did okay against him. Not bad. It was entertaining. But they still look like jobbers compared to him, though. Everybody does. Even their main event guys.
And they're the only guys they've got on the roster right now that even had a chance of going against him.
That's why they did it. That's exactly why they did it. Yeah, it sucks because it just shows how weak they are right now. Like I think the only guy when he's healthy that can give a Rock a run for his money is Cena. Essentially, or like Punk when he was around. Punk could handle it pretty good, but nobody looks like the star that he is. But I mean, then again, he's the top grossing actor of last year or something. So he's The Rock.
I was gonna say it is a huge candle to hold him to.
Yeah, I wish that they would do this type of stuff more though. I wish that they would just have they're like, okay, we want not Miz, it's a bad example, but like Dolph Ziggler, go out there for 10 minutes and do whatever the fuck you want. Like, let them be creative. That's what it felt like. They told Rock, all right, so what do you want? He's like, give me a Big Show, give me this guy. I'm just gonna walk through. I'm gonna bullshit it. It felt like he set this up. They didn't. But everything else that they do just feels so fucking planned and just not sporadic. And everything he did, even if it was planned, felt so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, are you guys done talking about the Rumble?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I liked it. It was a lot better than the last 2 years, obviously, and it felt like a good Rumble.
Yeah, it was good. I'm very happy.
I want to know what Rab's favorite thing was while he was at the Rumble, though. Like, what was the one thing that you liked the most out of the entire show since you were there? The different experience.
Being there when AJ Styles showed up, we all knew he was going to show up, but damn, man,
that's great.
The whole place exploded. Plus, we actually got to see a good shot of what was happening, as opposed to the terrible camera work.
God, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's like they wanted Reigns to put him over or something.
Whenever Poochie is not on screen, we should be saying, "Where is Poochie?"
I assume I don't know. It depends. I can't tell what happened there. It was either a director thing, like he couldn't get the right camera, or we didn't have a shot of it, or they were like, you know what? Let's have a shot of Reigns so we get the reaction on his face.
It was that.
It was Reigns.
It was Reigns. Yeah, it was Reigns all the way.
No, because they've released on like their YouTube channel.
Yeah, they had the
alternate footage.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they had
you can actually see what happened.
They wanted Reigns' reaction.
Standing there, you seeing the I am, and then phenomenal. Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was absolutely perfection.
It was great. I've been lucky enough to have been at, when like Y2J came back in 2007. I was there for that. That was a huge thing. I've been in a few, but I don't know. There was something about just AJ showing up. It was surreal. Even sitting there, I was going, holy shit, AJ Styles is here.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And I'm glad that they put him over. They put him against the most over babyface they have too. So that was great.
Mm-hmm.
That was
it was very good. It was very, very good. They
made
did
Reigns look like shit.
I think it was kind of what'd you say?
I said they made Reigns look like shit. But it's not really anybody's fault at this point, because you could have put Sandow as number 3 and they would have booed Reigns even more, because anybody is more over at this point than Reigns. Like, it's just it's such a horrible booking. He's not over. He's not.
Yeah. It's sad, but it's 100%. It's 100% true.
Yeah, turn him heel. Jesus fucking Christ! I swear to God, just turn him fucking heel. Just for 2 months. It's all it's gonna take. Just have him be a dickhead.
Please, honestly, he doesn't. Once again, I never say I want to see someone be injured or anything, but
it would do him wonders. Though.
If he tore his ACL, was out 9 months.
Oh, it helps so much for him.
It'd be the best. It'd be the best that ever happened to him. Honestly.
It would be bad for him financially and his family, but it'd be great for us as fans.
Yeah, fuck his kid, fuck his family. I don't know if he got kids or not, but fuck everybody. Yeah, fuck his family.
He'd be fine.
So, did you guys all watch Raw? Because I watched half of it, turned it off, and fell asleep.
I wasn't done yet. I wanted to give my favorite thing on the Rumble.
Oh, the fact that Daniel Bryan wasn't in it?
No. Actually, no. I wasn't gonna be an asshole. No.
Okay. So, Bomber, what do you think? What was your favorite thing in the Royal Rumble?
Oh, well, you know what? It's been a long time since I just kind of sat down, watched an entire show. I didn't do anything else but watch the entire show from front to back. I did exactly what Matt Zion was talking about. I ordered some pizza, had some wings.
I got drunk.
Had a couple drinks, yeah. Having a good time. I was live tweeting on Jabba Radio, at Jabba Radio, by the way. You need to follow us. I had a blast. I really had a good time overall with the Rumble. The matches were good. I think I had a lot of fun, and I haven't done that in a really long time. And my favorite thing was when the Royal Rumble came down to Dean Ambrose, my current favorite wrestler, and my all-time favorite, Triple H. Even though we all knew Triple H was going to fucking win, when it came down to my two favorites like that was, I don't know, I was living it up. Of course, I couldn't see straight at that point, but I was really, really jacked up. And it felt really good. I can't remember that feeling, having that in a long time, watching a show. So I really enjoyed the show. And when Matt Zion was like, "Oh, you like anything, Bomber?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "That was a damn good show."
No, but you do like everything.
No, I don't. I hate fucking cats.
Yeah, you like anything wrestling related. You have no hatred for anything other than Daniel Bryan. You have a passion for hating Daniel Bryan.
And I don't hate Daniel Bryan. That's the thing. I hate all these fucking fans.
Have you heard like one of the rumored reasons why they haven't cleared him yet? Because the guy that's in charge of clearing him in WWE, the one doctor in the world that hasn't fucking cleared him, is actually in the Will Smith movie, like his character. And he was one of the NFL people that was basically like, no, there's no problem. There's no problem with concussions. And so like a lot of people are like, well, if he clears Bryan, he gets another concussion, he's going to take a lot of heat for that in the company. So he's just kind of like, no, he just can't wrestle. Like that's it. All these other doctors, fuck them. Fuck them. They don't know anything. I'm the guy that is in the Will Smith movie, and I looked really bad in it because I was letting a bunch of NFL people get concussions, and I didn't give a fuck. But now I give a fuck, so fuck Daniel Bryan.
So you're telling me Will Smith is holding Daniel Bryan back? That's what you're saying to me right now.
Will Smith is trying to free him. Will Smith loves black people a lot.
Okay, that's true. Will Smith does like black people, I guess. But cool.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Hey,
So
Axel Rodden died.
Yeah, he did, and like
Wait,
three
when?
other celebrities died too. Yeah.
when? What do you mean? Like,
He just died. They just announced it today.
died.
Yeah.
Axel Rodden died.
oh my god.
Dave Mirra, BMX, killed
Killed
himself.
himself.
Apparently.
Yeah, he killed himself. And there was some black celebrity from some band or something that killed himself. I think he just died. He didn't kill himself.
Wow. I just woke up to do the podcast. I totally missed that.
Were you a huge
I just
fan
saw
of
it right
Axel
now.
Rotten?
I wasn't a fan of him, but he was well known in the hardcore
I liked Axel
wrestling.
Rodden.
I liked his run in
Balls
WWE.
Mahoney.
I liked their tag
liked-
team was awesome.
I
That
like
was-
him much better than his
I like
fucking
them in
brother.
ECW.
Yeah,
I like them. Oh, well, yeah, Ian Rodden sucks, and
Yeah, Ian's
I wish
terrible.
I wish Ian Rodden was dead instead.
Whoa!
Oh,
Damn!
fuck! Isn't he the
I'll
one
do
with the
that one.
super hot girlfriend that wrestles in NXT sometimes?
Ian?
Yeah, doesn't he? He's banging that chick that's like crazy Mary Dobson or something like that. She's she's super fucking hot.
His last girlfriend was not super hot. It was Mickey Knuckles. I mean, she's
Maybe I'm thinking of a different.
I don't know about
thinking of
now.
a different guy, but it's one of those hardcore people that he ran like IWA or something like that.
Well, yeah, that's Ian Rotten.
Yeah, he's dating.
Mid-South.
Yeah,
He's dating
he's kind of a piece of shit.
crazy Mary Dobson or
Well,
whatever.
maybe,
she's super
maybe.
fucking sexy as hell. And she wrestles on NXT every once in a while.
So look at that in our face. Bam.
Yeah, bam, she's really hot.
I don't know who we're talking about.
Her name is, I think it's like Crazy Mary Dobson. I'm probably saying the last name wrong, but she's wrestled on NXT. She wrestled Bayley. Was it like 3 or 4 months ago in a one shot right after Bayley won the title, and then she was just on last week in a tag match.
Huh.
I love her character because she just comes out like she's kind of like a slasher chick. She wears like a Jason mask, and she has
Really?
white contacts and some face paint and stuff, and she's just ridiculously hot. Like if you saw her on the street, you'd probably be like, she's only okay. But because she's into wrestling, it makes her 10,000 times hotter. Oh, as Rab is looking her up.
Yeah, I'm
for sure.
Yeah, she's super hot.
Let's see. We'll find
okay.
Yeah. I
Not
enjoy
too
her.
bad.
I found
see
her
her sitting on
because
these
of
stairs here.
her match with Bayley. I ended up looking into her, and then I found out that they were dating.
Well, that's unfortunate, but
Yeah, he's supposed to be a big piece of shit.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's
He's a piece of shit. The wrong Rodden died.
the wrong Rotten died. Wow.
God damn.
Yeah.
I know. I see some shit on this podcast.
Well,
What I was saying was I liked him and Balls Mahoney when they did the ECW reboot, and they had like a short-lived tag team. They were like they were the only like authentic ECW thing.
Well, yeah, they tagged in ECW, and that was great.
Yeah. I never really watched ECW though because it was a little not my taste.
No, I watched a lot of ECW.
It was a little before my time too, because like when I started watching wrestling was when it was dying. This was like 99, 2000. And it was on its deathbed, so I wasn't really.
too.
98, 97 were like its heyday. And that was beyond me.
I watched back. Yeah, I actually watched into that.
I didn't like their selling. Their selling.
Heatwave 98.
I probably
selling
started
bothered
about
me, though.
90, 94, 95 is when I started getting into wrestling.
Did you ever hear the story Tommy Dreamer told about how like they almost hired a sniper to shoot him in the ring and have him sneak out? It was on his Twitter account. He did like an extended Twitter thing, and he was talking about how he was trying to convince Paul Heyman to hire a sniper. And the story, I don't remember what heel he was facing. It was like Raven or something. And the idea was that the heel hired a guy to shoot him, and he was going to shoot him in the shoulder. And then, like, that was, like, one of the spots, and he was going to kick out after being shot.
Are you shitting me?
That's a real thing.
Insane.
Yeah, and I was like, one of our jokes when we were younger, all my friends and I, was that, like, oh, he kicks out after a chair shot, he kicks out after going through a table. Oh, he shoots him in the face, he kicks out at 2. So that was something he said they almost did it. Like, they were looking into legally if they could do it, and then last minute Heyman put a stop to it because he didn't
that was
want
smart.
No, but you know why Heyman put a stop to it?
Much money, probably.
No, he put a stop to it because he didn't want a fan possibly getting hit and suing him. Didn't care about Dreamer.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like if the bullet could have hit a bone and like shot out, like or it could have went straight through.
Yeah, but that's like you would think the promoter would be like, well, "Come on, Tommy. Like I don't want to fucking lose you or get you potentially killed or hurt. No, I don't want a fan to maybe get hit by the ricochet. Yeah. Otherwise, great idea."
Yeah.
we're talking about ECW. I mean,
yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, I didn't start watching ECW until they got on pay-per-view. That's when I started watching them. Yeah.
Lee, did you watch ECW at all?
Lee left.
Oh, Lee
he
left.
Actually left everybody.
All right, let me be Lee then. No.
There it is.
There we go. Lee, thank you for your contribution.
That was good. Lee.
I do an excellent
still
peanut, a good peanut, and a good Lee. Yeah. Okay. So I want to shitbag Raw though. Raw has made for the last 2 weeks. Raw has made no sense. It feels like they don't know what they're doing. It feels like they had no preparation. They had no clue what they were going to do after Rumble. Like everything up to Rumble felt like they had a plan. Like they wrote it out on paper. They're like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this, and this. And now they got to Raw the next night and they went, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, we want Reigns and Triple H as the final thing we're going to get to, but we have no idea how we're going to get to it anymore. And they're just fucking winging it.
I mean, they're like, we're going to have Tyler Breeze and Titus O'Neil fighting each other. And we're going to have Big Show taking on Eric Rowan and stuff. And
well, they're oh my god.
Well, you're gonna have some Tyler Breeze and Titus O'Neil.
I have
fighting
no
each
problem
other
with Tyler Breeze
when it's like 3 hours long.
No, I'm just upset that they because they don't use him right.
3 hours
long. They have a roster that's so thin, and they're putting over Titus O'Neil, who nobody gives a fuck about, and will never draw a dime. But yet, Breeze, it's not really proven if he could draw or not yet, because they never gave him a goddamn chance. They just buried him immediately. They're like, oh, that's it. No, he's done.
My real question is, what are your thoughts on Brie beating Charlotte?
Yeah, that was dumb too, because they need to have somebody face her at the pay-per-view before Mania, and they're like, oh, well, she'll just beat her and be like turn face for the 3,000th time. Why didn't they just do Sasha versus Charlotte at Fastlane and then just do the triple threat at Mania? Like, have good wrestling instead of Brie, who is like barely passable.
You could even do Sasha and Becky at Fastlane.
Yeah, exactly. And say like this is like for the number one contendership, and then have shenanigans and
then exactly. It could end in nonsense, and then we have a triple threat.
Yeah, I don't. The Brie thing.
Or if for some reason they just don't want to do a triple threat, just have one of them win, and then those two fight at Mania for the other thing, the thing with the butterfly and
butterfly belt.
Yeah, I hate that belt. I hate the belt, but I mean, it's not like it doesn't haunt my dreams. But I really wish they would go back to the women's title.
Oh, it does bother me that they retired what was the longest lasting belt they had to replace it with the butterfly.
Because they're divas. God damn it.
So what is everybody was worried about AJ coming in and then totally like getting shit on.
Well, they're already turning him into.
Well, I said it before. I had said it when we first were talking about this. I mean, they did it in Orlando.
Yeah. And I mean,
it's all about where you debut these things, and
Well, I hate how they're treating him right now because like segment with the Miz.
He beat Jericho. He beat Jericho,
and I mean, I kind of felt like that was a mistake. Like, they should have saved that shit for Mania. Like that.
You know what? I was thinking. While the Royal Rumble was going, I was like, you know what, brainstorm. Holy shit! I was gonna actually like do a video for YouTube on like top 5 dream matches now that AJ's
one
in,
of them.
and Jericho was one of them. And next night on Raw, it was Jericho and AJ. I was like, well, that just crumbed that paper up through.
And then,
like, fuck
like
that
I
idea.
was thinking they had some sort of plan for Jericho going into Mania. Instead, I was like, oh, maybe he's gonna do something. But like, I don't think so. I think that they were just like, we're gonna have the match on Raw, even though that's something that a lot of the hardcore fans would have probably paid for, hands down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that was strange, and the match wasn't like spectacular or anything because Jericho is horrible when he faces somebody for the first time. He never has good matches when he faces someone for the very first time. It's always noticeably bad.
Idea that they did it on Raw then.
So then I thought maybe they were gonna have Jericho complain that he lost and turn heel, beat up AJ or do something, but like they just completely put them away from each other now. Like that's it. It's done. Which now it looks like they're gonna do Miz versus AJ at Fastlane.
Don't say that.
God, no.
Don't say that.
And then, like, this bugged me, too, because at the Rumble...
They're going to do Miz, AJ Styles at Fastlane?
Yeah, Fastlane. But I'm saying...
Well, that's fine. Fastlane doesn't matter.
This leads into what I'm complaining about with AJ, though, because, like, I felt like his debut was perfect. It was very good. It was very good at Rumble. I liked everything they did. I had no complaints. But then they teased all these things for him to do, or people to feud with, and he's not feuding with any of them. But also, he was teasing his finisher in the Rumble several times, and he teased it on Raw several times. So I'm like, oh, they're going to make a pretty big deal out of it when he finally hits it. And then he just beats Curtis Axel on SmackDown in a throwaway match with it. Like, why did they tease it? Why did he just fucking hit it in the Rumble?
Well, they were teasing it for Curtis Axel. That's what they were doing. That was the moment. That was
Why,
the
Rab?
moment.
That made no sense. Why didn't he just hit it in the Rumble? God damn, they would have popped so huge for that. And they're like, oh, we're going to save it for SmackDown. Ah! It made no sense. So that was my complaint.
Yeah, I didn't even know that because it was SmackDown. So
yeah, he just feels like another guy though. It feels like they're booking him instead of being something special. It feels like they're already booking him like the Del Rio treatment, where his comeback or his debut is really good, and then everything after is just like, well, he's just another dude. So they'll just have you do typical stuff that everybody does. It's
either that because either they don't know what to do with them, or I don't know. If they're doing this, if they have this a whole long-term plan, I'm okay with him.
Nah.
I can't even finish the sentence. There.
Hey, Bomber, they have one long-term plan, and it's Roman Reigns. That is the only, and that's the plan they refuse to get away from. They don't care about anybody else.
I had zoned out. That shit brought me right back.
No problem.
Okay, so one thing I want to ask too, like, how do you guys feel about? They're definitely doing Lesnar and Wyatt at Mania. So, like, how do you guys feel about that match?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, right. It sounds better on paper, but like seeing how they're treating Wyatt like as not a real threat, how he needs his goons to stand up to Lesnar, it just kind of feels like, I wish Wyatt was more of a badass in this feud.
Lesnar's going over though, right?
Oh yeah, Lesnar's gonna kill him. I mean, that's it. Like Wyatt cannot win a big match because they have no faith in a new character, so they just keep going back to the same fucking people winning over and over again. Yeah, Wyatt stands no chance. He's losing.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that match. That'll be a good match.
At least it's different. At least it's different. Right. I just wish Wyatt was more of a badass. Like, that's all I want. I don't really like that he loses a lot, but I just wish that he showed that he could hold his own against people if he has to.
Strangely enough, if I because at this point, like, it just doesn't matter. I mean, if I could have any match right now with Brock Lesnar, it'd be Brock Lesnar and I don't know who are the three smallest people you can think of. The guy who flips a lot and he doesn't have a first name anymore, Neville.
I still want
two
Owens.
other small people. And I just
Kalisto.
want to see Kalisto and Sin Cara and like a four-way, fatal four-way and shit. Where just Brock Lesnar kills everyone. It'd be great.
I'd still
watch Lesnar eat people alive.
Still want Owens. I want Owens and Lesnar eventually. That would be nice. But then like Owens was kind of teasing that he wanted Undertaker this year, and I'm like, yeah, that could work because Owens is really good bumper. But like apparently Cesaro has come out in a few interviews and said that Owens is his favorite person to wrestle ever because he's so good. Like it doesn't feel like you're actually having to do anything. It's like he's really good. So I'm like, okay, well they can keep Taker safe, by having Owens in there because Owens doesn't really hurt anybody ever. So that would be a good choice. And then it comes out from Meltzer that they're gonna do Braun Strowman versus the Undertaker.
No,
fuck,
that's not real.
That's
not
real.
It's
real.
No,
it's real. That is real, and it's gonna happen. Are you kidding me? They get a hard on for putting Taker against guys that he can't hit his finishers on.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Watch and wait.
They won't do that.
Watch and wait.
They won't hurt us that bad.
That's why they said that they tried to book Braun so strong in the Rumble, and that's why he's gonna face Big Show and beat him at Fastlane because they're building him up for Taker.
That's gonna be a terrible match.
Yeah, I mean, like Taker literally can hit not a single move on him. Except
the dude hasn't even wrestled for a year.
Period. It's like they have,
and they're gonna give him Taker.
Here, let's name potential Mania matches with Undertaker that could be better. Anyone, but like Owens would be a great opponent for him, and it doesn't really matter if Owens loses. I would prefer he doesn't, but it doesn't really matter because Owens is one of those guys that I feel like, at least in a big situation, the fans still like him afterwards. And you could do. They could have done Wyatt again and given Wyatt back his win, but that's not going to fucking happen. So fuck that. They could have done Jericho.
Taker's not going to lose again.
I think Jericho and Taker is a potentially big match that they've never done on pay-per-view. They've had them fight on Raw or SmackDown, but they've never had a singles pay-per-view match. Mm-hmm. So why not do that? No, fuck it. Let's put Braun Strowman, who could barely fucking move, against a guy who is concussion prone and could break at the moment's notice.
So they're going back to the roots, King Kong Bundy, John Gonzalez,
all the matches that didn't matter.
A-Train, Psycho Sid.
Yeah, giving them a bunch of shitheads. Yeah, I mean,
this is how this used to go forever.
I was actually watching Botchamania yesterday, and I saw when they gave Undertaker at the Rumble a casket match against Heidenreich. You remember that? I don't know if you remember. I know you can't remember the match.
No, I remember. I remember because Heidenreich was afraid of the... Heidenreich was built up as this giant beast, and then all of a sudden he had a phobia of being put into a casket for no apparent reason. It made him look like a bitch. Made no sense.
Heidenreich
was the worst. I was the worst. You sound like you're surprised.
Ever almost.
You said, why does Bomber sound like he's surprised that Heidenreich was terrible?
No, I'm not surprised that he's terrible. But it's just that they gave Taker somebody who is amazing and one of the top, easily the top guy, and they gave him somebody that he couldn't fucking wrestle with on a pay-per-view. Give those people on Raws and shit.
Don't you remember when they would give him Big Show every 6 months? When they would give him
Big Show's a wrestler,
but not against Undertaker. Not against Taker. Never has good matches against bigger guys ever. I can't name a single one where I'm like, no, they're never good matches. They're spectacles, but they're never good matches. The very first one, it was such a spectacle that it covered up for how bad the match actually was work rate wise. But it's not. It's a passable match, but it's not amazing like so many people say. If you watch the match, it's just Kane beating the shit out of him for 30 minutes. If I watch
the match and I enjoy it, then that's what matters.
No. I'm talking about from a work rate standpoint, though. It was the fact that it was their first encounter, but it was like a Brock Lesnar match. Kane literally kicks the shit out of him for 30 minutes, and then Taker hits 3 tombstones and beats him. That's it. Yep. That's the entire match. There's nothing else to it. That's it.
I know this is going to be unpopular, but I'm going to go back to it. I've done it several podcasts ago. When Hulk Hogan fought Sting in TNA at Bound for Glory, they obviously couldn't do shit, but the match was so good. The crowd was so into it. It was a damn good match.
No, it's
not.
And
it was a terrible. See, look, you didn't even watch it. I'm sure
I did see that one. It's awful. It's Sting. No. Sting. When Sting is more mobile than his opponent, there's a fucking problem. Hogan looked like he was screaming as he was walking down the ramp.
He was. He could barely walk down the ramp.
So no, it's not good.
There was so much emotion. There was so much. No. They didn't have to really do much, but everything they did was impactful, and it was just good.
I disagree. It was impactful because their legs were breaking as they were walking to the ring. If you want to see, my opinion, a good match where the match work rate was awful, but the match is amazing, the only one I can really think of would be Hogan Rock. And that's just because the crowd was so good. That's the best crowd you could possibly have for a match. It was so good that it made up for the fact. Put a mild crowd in that match, and it's fucking unwatchable. It's awful. It just was not good.
That was the thing about the Sting and Hogan match. It wasn't. Of course,
I saw it. I hated it. I hated it.
Rab, did you see that match?
Yes, of course I saw that. What do you mean?
And
yes, of course I saw that match. It was a good match.
We're talking about the Bound for Glory one. Sting and Hogan.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the.
No, obviously he didn't see that match.
No, actually, I have seen that match. I saw it right afterwards because everyone was like, "Oh my god, you have to see this match." First off, it's 3 minutes long, and secondly, no one can take a bump.
yeah, right.
I know they didn't take a bump. They were just. It was more of a brawl.
No,
I think Hogan was even wearing jeans.
No, thank you.
No, it was horrific, and no one was able to take a bump.
You guys are crazy. I challenge anybody right now to go back and watch that match.
I love
the match. You're crazy.
A match where no one can fall.
He's just Rab, back me up here. No, nobody could fucking bump Bomber. You're done. It's over.
Is this going back to me liking everything about wrestling?
Yeah, you love everything. You fucking love everything. Nate, tell me, what's your least favorite match of all time? You won't even have one. You won't have one.
I'd have to.
It's Melina. It's Melina versus Alicia Fox.
No, but they had the crowd in the palm of their hands, Rab.
No.
Yeah, you love everything.
Think about it.
And you know what? I envy you because I wish I could love everything like you do, but I am hypocritical of my company.
That's the thing. I don't love everything.
You do though. Name your least favorite match because I can tell you.
Hypercritical and hypocritical are not the same.
Don't grammar Nazi me. They Rab, least favorite match of all time.
Two different words.
Least favorite match of all time, Rab.
My least favorite match of all time.
Yeah. What would you?
You know how many matches I hate?
That's what I'm saying.
That's not hard though. I can tell you mine in a heartbeat. That fucking last year's Rumble. Last year's Rumble, easily.
That wasn't
easily.
The Royal Rumble last year. I take it back. You're right. The Royal Rumble last year. We landed on the same page immediately because I had to think for 4 seconds.
Yeah,
and then I remembered.
The worst match I've ever seen.
I have one that's sticking out in my head,
like you
but
farted.
I have to go back and watch it. But Billy Kidman versus Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, that was crap. But that
remember
was Hogan's
there was a
fault.
dumpster somewhere near the ring or something. I think.
Yeah.
Or something.
That was when they did
the
new blood stuff. That was just a joke because they never committed, and they had they basically put all the guys who weren't over in the spot of being over. It's kind of like Roman Reigns in WWE a little bit.
Yeah, because I was a WCW guy and I watched it all the way through to the end.
Of course you were.
I did jump back over. I did jump on WWE. I remember the first Raw that I turned over on. It was Stone Cold and Mankind, I think, and Mankind had his arm tied behind his back or something like that.
Yeah, a million times better.
And he got the shit beat out of him. And that was the very first the day I remember that was the moment I flipped over from WCW to WWE. I remember that was the moment.
God. I don't know. I could never tell you, yes, a match in which two guys who should have retired 10 years ago can't take a single bump against each other, and all they do is punch each other out for 3 minutes. That is not a good match. I don't care what you say.
It was a street fight. It was a brawl.
No, it's not. Because in street fights and brawls, fun spots happen outside of the ring, or a thing called a bump takes place at least more than once. Hogan's bump was slowly holding onto the rope and just falling down to the ring. Oh man,
which aptly enough is usually how he gets up in the morning.
Yeah, right. We had a joke.
Grabs onto something to the best of his ability.
We had a joke 10 years ago, and so it's even more appropriate now. We had a joke amongst our friends 10 years ago that Hogan would get out of bed and it would just be like, all right, brother, get me some coffee. That's
oh my God.
Just screams every time he gets out of bed.
Second worst match, I guess. Did you remember Triple H Scott Steiner?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the first encounter was the worst. The second one was a little bit better, but the first one at the Rumble was almost unwatchable.
I'm talking about at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it was awful, and I think that was because Steiner obviously can't move, and Triple H hated him. So both those things put together. Rab, do you remember what made the second one actually fun and watchable though? Because they fought at No Way Out.
Which was what?
Say it was Steiner and Triple H for the title in a rematch at No Way Out.
No. I mean.
Oh, what was the thing?
I don't remember.
Steiner pants exploded and he was wrestling with his purple thong exposed.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and it was awesome. we were like, all right, so this is Steiner's chance to kind of come back from that shitty Rumble match. Here we go. Oh, I think his trunks just exploded and he's wrestling in a thong.
I remember they had a pose off during that feud.
Oh fuck!
They had a pose off. They had arm wressling match. It was like, oh my God, Triple H. Scott Steiner's got his number, I guess, because he's losing to him in pose offs and arm wrestling and chain. Scott Steiner is always ready for a Renaissance fair, and Triple H isn't. That's a big deal, I guess.
And they only did it because Steiner was awful and they knew it. And they're like, we need to protect this Royal Rumble buy rate. His purple thong. And then, 3 months later, he goes to hit Test on the apron and it will be immortalized forever when he misses.
That I remember forever.
The trip on the ring apron.
All right. I think the only thing we didn't talk about on Raw that I wanted to talk about was them picking Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose to be in the triple threat match to potentially face Triple H when they worked about 3 or 4 months to get the title away from Reigns forever, and now they're giving him a chance to win it back.
Yeah, they like putting Brock in these triple threat matches. I've noticed that. They had the last one they had was amazing though. It was Cena and Rollins.
But you're skipping over the problem.
Yeah, no. The match is going to be great. I love this match. The setup for it is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It makes no sense. It makes no goddamn sense. Rab, take it away.
Roman, anyone but you should be champion, Roman. Let me be champion again. All right, one more shot.
It's so, and then they're like, so Stephanie goes at the start of the show, you have to impress us. If you impress us, then you're gonna get the title, the number one contendership title shot. Okay, Owens looks amazing. They have, I would even say there was one other person who looked really strong too that got a win on it. It was a Del Rio or something. One of the other guys got a win, and then they just, and then Brock Lesnar, who wasn't even on the show. impress Stephanie. He must have been in the back F5ing a sandwich. Like, did we miss where Brock looked impressive on Raw? And then Reigns, like, anybody but you, Roman Reigns. Like, you are the last if you lose this, you go back to the line until 2 weeks later when we need to put you into the triple threat match. Ambrose makes sense to me. Ambrose is the only one that makes sense.
Maybe they were impressed about how he winked and smiled earlier on the episode, and that was super impressive. And no, I mean it would even make sense for them to say whoever impresses me, and then just ignore Roman Reigns. Just Roman, you didn't impress us. Haha. Fuck you, Roman, because we hate you. That would have made sense.
There was one thing they had to do too. All they had to do was Roman just comes out and says, I have a guaranteed rematch on my contract. Like there's legally I could take you to court and sue the shit out of you. You have to give it to me. And then all Stephanie does is, well, okay, we're gonna give you your chance to win that back, but you have to go against the guy you never beat at WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar, and your best friend. And it's like, oh, okay, well that sucks. They just put him in a really bad situation, but instead they're like, Roman, whatever, fuck it, you're in it.
And by the way, I just saw I know it's totally unrelated, but I just saw a tweet came out from WWE 22 minutes ago that said on next week on SmackDown, AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho again.
Okay, so maybe they are building. Okay, that would be nice.
Sorry, I totally. I would.
No,
so I didn't bring that up.
No, that's good. I was thinking the other day if they were going to do a feud with them.
SmackDown doesn't count, so
it's true.
Matches can be bad.
It's true. But I was thinking like a cool setup they could do to kind of get some heat on that leading into Mania would be Jericho challenges Styles again, because Styles, he rolled him up. He didn't make him tap. He didn't pin him like cleanly in the ring. It was a roll up. So Jericho tells Styles, like, you didn't really beat me because you didn't hit your finisher. You didn't beat me clean. You got lucky. So they have a match. Jericho's like, you've got to do this. I thought it'd be cool if Styles goes for the roll up win again. Like he has Jericho beat, but he lets go of it. And he's like, I'm not going to beat him like that. But then Jericho ends up beating him with a roll-up. And this leads to Jericho basically being a big dickhead, saying, I beat you fair and square. And then this leads into WrestleMania where they settled it, not with roll-ups, but they have like a decisive winner. I just want Jericho to be healed because I fucking hate him as a face right now.
He's kind of worthless as a face.
He is. He's just pointless. But yeah, I was saying before, Ambrose is the only one that deserves to be in this match. The reason why, he was the last person in the ring with Triple H.
True.
So he has a claim to impress them and stuff, but like the Authority needs to go away forever. I'm so done with them and their back-ass logic. They're just a giant crutch for WWE. It's like, we have to do this thing. I just put Stephanie out there. Whatever, fuck it. I don't care. You don't have to think about it. Like I came up with a reasonable fix to this whole situation of them fucking over Reigns by putting in an opponent that he's never been able to beat and his best friend that he doesn't want to wrestle. And you've got a story right there. But instead they were just like, fuck it. Randomly put you guys in a triple threat at the end.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to rebuild. On one hand, they're trying to rebuild, Stone Cold versus Vince and shit. But on the other hand, at no point was Vince ever like, you know what? I'm going to put you in this match, Stone Cold. It was all like, screw you, you're fired, and then Stone Cold would finagle some way with like Linda or some shit to get a match.
Yeah.
Or he'd like, it was never like, you know what, Stone Cold, I hate your guts.
And the thing is, people like Stone Cold.
Here's
the other
chance.
problem. People like Stone Cold.
Yeah,
Nobody
exactly.
likes Reigns.
Yes, but you actually believe that Vince McMahon was trying to keep Stone Cold from the title, like in story. You believed that. Why just don't give him the chance? I mean, the fuck.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I mean, there's like, what could he have done? what could he have done other than invoke his rematch clause? Like do they not do rematch clauses anymore? Like, is that not a thing?
Oh,
because
yeah, they do. They'll mention it from time to time.
Yeah, but
whenever they feel like it.
That's all he had to say was that I get a rematch clause. It's in my contract as a performer for your company, and they'd have to honor it.
That might make him look like a little bitch, though, if he's like...
It already makes him look like a little bitch right now!
Well, I mean, I don't know.
He's already a bitch. Everybody thinks he's a little bitch.
How does he look like a little bitch going for a rematch clause?
Because that's more like a heel thing. Like, I'm due my title match.
No, it's all in the presentation of how he says it.
Always been, yeah, exactly.
It's how he says it. If he goes like, if he complained and whined, yes. But if he rubbed it in her face that, well, I mean, it's all well and good, Stephanie, that you think I'm not allowed to have a rematch, but my contract and lawyers say otherwise, and either you're going to give it to me or I'm going to sue everything you're worth. Like, it's all in presentation. Yeah. Austin threatened to sue them when he took over Linda and Stephanie's stock unless they gave him a match against Vince. So, like, that didn't make him look like a little bitch. It made him look like a badass because he got one up on the Authority.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I had one other thing I wanted to pitch because it's starting to get late. I'm getting hungry. I had one thing I wanted to pitch for Mania because, like, I would love to see Ambrose versus Triple H. I think that is the match that people would react best to.
True.
Instead of having Triple H get cheered like he's going to.
Though.
Oh, yeah.
He'll get cheered.
So what I was thinking of and what I put up on Twitter was do Ambrose versus Triple H, IC champion versus heavyweight champion, because that's a spectacle. It adds a little something, a little spice to something that maybe a casual fan that doesn't like Ambrose very much would be like, oh, well, I mean, the mid-card guy is going against the heavyweight guy. That might be something interesting. And then do Undertaker versus Reigns. Have the story be that Brock defeated Undertaker at WrestleMania. Reigns gets jealous at the fact that everybody says you couldn't beat Brock at Mania. Well, he's like, well, I'm going to do what Brock couldn't do because he's already facing Wyatt. He's already booked. I'm going to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Have Reigns defeat Undertaker at WrestleMania and then build to next year where you finally do the resolved match between Lesnar and Reigns at WrestleMania 33 and have it be for the title, have them see who's the better man, no bullshit finishes. Like, let's think ahead a little bit other than, well, Reigns has to fight Triple H, cuz.
I see what you're saying, but I think they're going to go with that little last thing you said right
there. Oh, yeah, no, I know. But I'm like, I just think it's so much better. It's like, it builds to something.
It is.
It makes sense from a storyline standpoint. If Reigns can't have the title, the next best thing he could do is prove that he is better than Lesnar by taking out Undertaker. And it gives Taker a much better match than Braun Strowman.
Oh, if that happens, I will be... You know what? I will be... How about that? That's something I'll be very angry about and I won't be happy about. If they fucking give Strowman to Taker. I'll be fucking pissed.
It's just sad we're sitting here coming up with stuff that's so much better.
I'm basically done with Taker anyway, so I don't care.
Ugh, I don't want to sit through that though. I'm not really huge on Taker either anymore.
I'm not gonna
watch.
That's a perfect time. Perfect time to
take a shit. Yeah, go take a shit. Yeah. But it's just like no one's gonna pay.
And it's a long one. You can make a sandwich. You can make a pizza.
No one is gonna be excited for that. Break. Like, who is the fan that goes, "Oh, Undertaker versus Braun Strowman"? That's something.
Well, maybe they think that they can just say Undertaker and that's enough.
Yeah, but like, why not use his name power and put him against somebody that matters to get them over more? Because Braun's not going to get over; he's just going to job. Like, Taker should be in his twilight years where he's helping to get other people over, not just defeating a random guy that nobody will care about in 5 years.
And you know the funny thing about everything you just talked about is the way we see things going, like, with what you said, it would be nice, but Dean Ambrose has no plan right now. It seems like they have no real plan for Dean Ambrose.
No plan
like,
at all. I agree.
Like, everything you said, that gives Ambrose a plan, but the way we think it's going to go, you got all these other people falling into matches. Where's Dean Ambrose fall into a match? He doesn't fall into any match.
They're going to do the ladder match again. That's my guess. Cause that's,
just the 6-man? Just throw him into a random fucking 6-man?
Yeah, the IC title ladder match I think is going to become a permanent staple. I think that's what they're going to do. Yeah, because they have all these like mid-card guys that could make really fun singles matches. Like last year, there was a lot of guys that could make some really fun singles matches, and they were like, nah, fuck it, let's just put them all into a ladder match so we don't have to book a story, and they can just get them all a payday. I think that's exactly like AJ, Owens, Jericho, Ambrose. Like, it'll be a cool match, but it would be a lot cooler if they broke them down and gave us a bunch of singles.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the match last year was good. The ladder match was good.
Yeah, it was fun. But all those guys could have been used so much better if they had cared, but they just don't care.
Especially Ambrose. I mean, give him fucking something.
Yeah, like he main evented the last 2 pay-per-views, and he's gonna just be an opener guy or a mid card guy for the Mania card. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. Yeah. But I mean, you never know. I actually think, even though I say it's guaranteed that Reigns is gonna win, I wouldn't be completely shocked if they went in a different direction last minute on it. But, I mean, like, knowing them, I'd say it's like a 95% chance Reigns wins, 5% chance Ambrose could win, based off of his reaction at Rumble and based off of just the idea that it may backfire on him. But, I mean, it's still a low chance. Reigns is still winning.
Yeah, Brock has 0.
No, yeah, Brock's not winning. I mean, they already literally did this match, which also, they've done Triple H and Brock at Mania. They're not going to do it again.
Two times, right?
Yeah, no, just once. Just once, right? Yeah, just once. They did it, and then they had the rematch at
because
the
they fought
pay-per-view after
SummerSlam
and SummerSlam. Yeah. So
okay.
they've fought 3 times, but only once at Mania.
Yeah. So
that's all I have to say.
I still think Brock should be champion.
I don't. I mean, Brock
know.
or Triple. I'm happy with Triple H as champion. Not gonna lie. I have no problems with him as champion right now.
I would still love Reigns as heel, as champion. That would be my ideal
that would
choice.
be fine. That would be fine too. But I have no problems with Triple H as champ.
I mean, it's just kind of pointless because he's just there literally to lose to Reigns, and that's it. There's no other plan besides
exactly.
I'm just going to lose to Reigns. I think there's literally no point but that point, and that's boring to me.
I just don't care about it.
Yeah.
Like he won the title, and I left, and I beat the traffic. Oh, dude, I got from when I left Never mind. I said my favorite thing about the Royal Rumble was AJ. I take it back. My favorite thing about the Royal Rumble was that I left my seat and was back on the highway with no traffic within like 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Because I left during the as soon as Triple H threw him over, threw Ambrose over, I took off. It was great. It was wonderful.
That was like one of the best parts of the pay-per-view, though.
No, he threw him off. What? And then what he did after? He did like a pose, and he had like.
I thought you said he threw him over. I thought when he threw Reigns over. I thought you left when Ambrose and Triple H were in the ring.
No. I left. I left when he threw Ambrose.
Yeah, I
over.
feel you. Yeah, no, that's good call. I would have done the exact same thing.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it's boring. I mean, if you ask me right now, if you ask me, obviously I'm going to say Triple H. But if you ask me randomly, like I'm in the middle of work and someone goes, "Who's the champion?" I'd have to think about it for a second. What the fuck? Oh yeah, Triple H. Right. Because I don't care.
And he should be wrestling at Fastlane. I don't understand why he wouldn't be.
I
Like
agree.
Triple H, if they weren't gonna do more with
he shouldn't be.
No, just have Ambrose and Triple H. I mean, like that's a great Fastlane
match.
match. No, he should be wrestling.
Sure, but he shouldn't be wrestling. It makes no sense for the storyline.
Triple H versus Ambrose and have Reigns versus Brock.
I think you can make sense of it, though.
It makes no sense that they're giving Reigns a title shot. It would make no sense that Triple H, who says he has the title just because he fucking feels like it, would put his title up against Dean Ambrose for no reason.
The only argument that I would have, there would be a reason. The reason being is he wants to prove that he's better than Reigns, and what better way to do that than to crush his best friend? Crushes his best friend, makes sure that he'll have no backup at Mania if he needs it. He takes out Ambrose, and then you have Reigns versus Triple H. Like, I think it would be more of a confidence booster for him.
Yeah, but we're talking about Triple H. That'd be the most un-Triple H thing ever. Triple H is a coward.
I don't know about that.
This is Triple H for 15 years.
Hold on, this is the same Triple H that went through the roster twice at one point as champion. He wasn't really being a bitch. He just conquered people and moved on. Like, I would argue he's one of the few heels that doesn't really ever back down.
No, what are you talking about? He conquered people with help the whole time.
Yeah, he has help right now. He has help right now. He has the whole heel locker room behind him.
That's like his thing.
Nah, I don't know. I think Bomber and I agree. I would like to see Ambrose and Triple H beforehand. I don't like him just
like to see the match. I just think it doesn't make sense to the story.
I think if you're trying to get people to hate Triple H as much as humanly possible, because if he doesn't do anything before WrestleMania, which is what they're doing, he's just gonna walk in and they're gonna cheer the shit out of him. But if you put him in the ring with Ambrose and have him beat Ambrose to the point where it's almost hard to watch that he's gonna put Ambrose out that badly and be that big of a dickhead, you might have a chance that some fans will be mad about that and they'll hate him going into Mania. But as it stands, he's going to be the 100% face. I disagree.
It won't matter. 6 weeks later, it won't matter anyway.
I disagree.
He's going to show up as the fucking Terminator and destroy Roman Reigns.
He's got to do like Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger sucking his dick on the ramp as they're coming down, like legit Schwarzenegger.
That's possible.
That would be good. Yeah.
I wouldn't rule that out. But
yeah, Mania looks pretty uneventful. Like the Divas match is the one I'm looking forward to the most. That's sad. That's really sad.
But think about it though. For real, 30 days. Don't you have to defend your titles every 30 days? I'm just saying.
No, that's only when it's convenient.
Exactly. This is just like the rematch clause. That matters when they feel like it matters.
Yeah.
Though the Divas matches, where's WrestleMania? Is it at Atlanta? I mean, not Atlanta.
Texas.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Southern crowds. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck the South, huh? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. We almost went an entire podcast.
Yeah, we need to wrap it up though. I'm so hungry.
I'm trying to wrap it up. Here we go. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed episode 22. We lost Lee. Lacey showed up. Fuck you, Peanut.
Make sure to check out Lee's channel in the description because it's down there.
Yes, it is in the description. Also, follow Jobber Radio on Twitter. I mean, I live tweeted the entire show, and I got one follower. That was cool. And I had a really good time. It was fun. CZW, by the way, got a lot of retweets by CZW. I threw out a couple things their way, pretty cool.
That's because you're one of 4 fans that they have.
Hey, I'm just saying. It was pretty nice. But,
they could not believe that shit when they got a notification saying someone tweeted at them.
Yep.
Like, oh my God! Wait, Zandig! Somebody said something. He's like, what? What the fuck just happened?
Zandig hasn't been a part of.
Oh my God, no! It's Zandig all the way.
Almost.
Zandig, he gave away the company, but he's still their heart and soul. They go to him for everything.
He's their social media.
Yeah.
Guy.
What's his saying again that everybody always makes fun of him for?
What the JEEZUS?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so they're like, Zandig, somebody mentioned us on social media. Jesus.
Oh God. Anyway, anybody got anything to say before we peace out of here?
All done.
Zandig, Justice Payne, Nick Gage, Sick Nick Mondo all sit around in a room waiting for tweets.
I'm actually glad that I'm pretty impressed that you said all those names right there. That's
Mondo.
Good.
I love.
Mondo, of course, but
Mondo.
Justice Payne. I'm surprised you got a Justice Payne in there. That's good.
Oh, I was a big Justice Payne fan. I used to watch CZW when I was 14 or whatever.
Good job.
It was stupid.
Hey. No.
Jesus.
Jesus. All right, we're out of here, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Peace.